The Bluefin demon grabs tightly onto Lu's neck, asking her if she wanted to die in battle. It raises her up high in the air, telling her that it won't kill her but instead wanted to humiliate her. The Bluefin demon gives a grin as it tells Lu that she will be screaming soon enough. Aang could barely keep his eyes open as he watches the Bluefin demon holding onto Lu far away from him. He thinks about Lu and how he wanted the Bluefin demon to let her go. His hand trembles as he tried his best to stand up but couldn't. His thoughts were in a mess as he thinks that it was a shame that he was reborn just to watch his teammate die in front of him. Aang realized that nothing had changed at all and that as the once strongest warrior, he needed to rely upon a young lady to protect him in the end. He continues to think of himself as useless due to the fact that he couldn't even protect himself and much less anyone else. The red core on his chest started to crack and pieces of it fell out. Aang's aura started to unleash in heavy waves from his body. His eyes glowed red with fury as he thinks about being allowed to be spared from the agony of watching another teammate die before him. He shouts in his mind that there was nothing he can do. Aang's furious aura was powerful enough to catch the Bluefin demon's attention. It turned around to see what the cause of the powerful aura was. But multiple shrieks of red deadly aura went past it. Lu had vanished from the Bluefin demon's claws. Aang had managed to instantly save Lu from the Bluefin demon's claws by surprise. Wounds appear on its claws as it realized that Aang didn't attack it at all and wonders if the injuries were from just the wind pressure alone. Aang looks at the heavily wounded Lu and tells her that she had done a great job on her first time as a leader. But Lu asks him if he was really Aang. As Aang's face was revealed to be showing a bright glowing red eye, he tells her to leave the rest to him. Aang places Lu onto the ground gently to allow her to recover from her wounds as the demon stares at them. It spoke out telling Aang that he really smelled like the demons and that he was really so strong. The demon was happy to see that Aang actually had a secret. Aang then turns around and began to walk to the Bluefin demon. He tells it that he doesn't know what happened exactly. Aang starts to notice that there seems to be power surging from out of his chest and that it was shooting upwards. He closes his eyes as a red line appeared near his eyes, thinking that the power felt like it was going to pierce through his body. But he suddenly screams out loud, unleashing a devastating red aura as if it was death itself. Changes started to flow into the red core on Aang's chest, till it transforms itself into a white core with a black symbol on it. The Bluefin demon recognizes the white core as the King Fin's core. It was shocked and alarmed to see that it resided on Aang's chest. Lu was still heavily injured but could sense something coming from Aang. She looks at Aang and sees his body covered by the red aura. Aang slowly walks to the Bluefin demon, telling it that he knew something. And that the something was the fact that the Bluefin demon was going to die. Aang had awakened his one-fin form as a single horn appeared on his head. Back to the captains Jean and Gel, who were fighting against the Redfin demon. It soon senses a powerful aura that was felt by its entire body. The Redfin demon then looks in the direction where Aang was and realizes that one of its kind had a strong aura that was enough to cause its head to spin. Genie appears close to the Redfin demon as its attention was distracted for a moment due to the powerful aura. He readies his fist and tells the demon to not get distracted, before punching the Redfin demon right in its chest with a heavy blow. The force of Jin's punch could be felt immensely as it caused a shockwave to erupt from the demon's back. Gel then appears from the air after leaping forward with her legs bent back. She drops kicks the Redfin demon straight in its face as if this was the WWE. Her drop kick sends it flying toward the dead trees in the forest. But her attack doesn't stop and she leaps forward to where the Redfin demon was with an intense blue aura in her eyes. The Redfin demon tried to steady itself from their combined attack and realized how they were so strong and that it could not defend itself properly. Jean and Gel appear suddenly right in front of the Redfin demon, catching it off guard. With a combination of attacks from Jin's fist and Gel's kick to the stomach of the Redfin demon, a red glowing ball of light appeared from its back, which soon erupts into a powerful deadly laser beam attack, causing a hole to appear on the Redfin demon's body, as if Cyclops from XMEN attacked the demon himself. Jin's and Gel's attacks had sent the Redfin demon into midair. It looks at the gaping hole in its body and curses at them for daring to open a hole on its body. The Redfin demon then decides to go out with a bang like it's the 4th of July by using its red core. Jel sees the bright red light coming from its body and realizes that it was going to self-destruct. She runs over to cover Jean from its explosion, but Jean tells her to let him protect her instead. The Redfin demon's body started to glow bright red as it tells Jean and Jel that they should die together. But before it could explode, something fast and yellow pierces the Redfin demon's arm and into its side, causing the Redfin demon to travel a great distance away from Jean and Jel. A large metallic spear or arrow was seen to have pierced the Redfin demon before it could explode. The Redfin demon cursed damned humans before drawing its last breath. Both Jean and Jel were got off guard in seeing what had happened to the Redfin demon. Jel then realizes that it was due to the defensive artillery as she looks back at the city where numerous warriors were seen battling an endless horde of demons right outside the gates of the city. Joel was dashing and cutting through the demons with his blade as they were trying to climb the city's walls. He comes to a screeching stop before seeing a huge crowd of demons all reaching up to climb the walls. He looks at the demons with a nervous expression on his face as he knew that there were too many demons to kill. He proceeds to shout out a command, telling everyone to return to the city as the demon wave was approaching. He yells out loud for Tang Tang and Jel to return as well. Jel informs Jean that they needed to return to the city as its citizens needed them. But Jean turns away from the city as he thought of Aang and Lu needing him more. But Jel tells him that she felt just as bad as him and that they weren't just squadron leaders, but warriors. GYAT damn, am I right? Everyone, I'ma leave this scene in here for everyone to enjoy before we get back to the story. Comment below if this was the best part. Jean closes his eyes in pain as he realized that what Jel said was true. He then yells out to go support the city, as they both rush to help the city from the demon wave. The Bluefin demon's voice could be heard deep within the forest asking why a human was the same as a demon. Lu was fully unconscious on the ground as the Bluefin demon trembles over in fear at the sight of Aang as he walked closer to it. The Bluefin demon then tells him that something was not right and wonders if Aang was truly stronger and why there was a fin growing out of a human. But Aang didn't reply and simply stared at him with his yellowish eye and horn growing out of his forehead. He then tells it that maybe this was the reason for his reincarnation, the fact that he was given this demonic power to change everything, as he points a finger upwards which casts a green light. He then flicks the green light backward, which seems to head straight toward Lu, who was on the ground. The green light started to spread itself over Lu. It slowly started to remove the injuries and heal Lu back up. The Bluefin demon was surprised to see that Aang could heal someone and wondered if he was a wood type. Aang tells the Bluefin demon that he could vaguely recall what had happened, as memories of when the King Fin demon took over Aang's body during the time at the cave flashed through his mind. Aang then tells it that he may have absorbed the wood type power from the one Fin demon back then. Tree branches soon appeared from below the ground and started to circle around Aang as he tells the Bluefin demon that if he absorbs it, maybe he would get the power of water. The tree branches soon combined into one another and cast a huge shadow over the Bluefin demon. It yells out, "What is this power? I've never seen it. Never seen it." Aang was T-posing over the Bluefin demon as he stood over it on top of the wooden structure he had created. Aang proceeds to tell the Bluefin demon that he was excited to see the extent of the demonic power with his hand fully changed into a red demonic skin tone with black nails. Aang continued to stand on top of his wooden structure as he exudes a deadly red aura into the bright moon night. The Bluefin demon trembled in fear at the fact that Aang could absorb the abilities of a one-fin demon's core and that he had turned into a demon himself. Aang smirks at the fact that it was interesting for him to see a demon trembling with such intense fear, as before in his past life he had never seen such a thing. Aang proceeds to stomp his feet hard onto the wood, before diving head first towards the Bluefin demon as it trembles in fear of what Aang had become. With a smile on his face, Aang tells the Bluefin demon straight to its face to hit him with all that it got. This catches the Bluefin demon off guard. Aang tells it that he just wanted to see how strong he was in this form. Agreeing to his request, the Bluefin demon started to cast its ability while asking Aang what he was and whether he was human or demon. It shouts as it attempts to hit Aang, but Aang leaps backward and easily dodges its attacks. Aang backs away from the Bluefin demon and glossed over the fact that it could manipulate elements. He then stretches his demonic hand forward, telling it that he had recalled that the wood-type demon he absorbed had a certain skill. A certain green aura started to appear on his demon hand as he crunched his fingers together. Tree branches soon erupted from the ground below where the Bluefin demon was standing at. The branches soon reached its face and slowly crept around it. The tree branches then tightened themselves around the arms, legs, and neck of the Bluefin demon while raising it into the air and off the ground. Aang proceeds to cross his arms together while still using the wood-type powers. He smirks and clenches his fists tight together, saying that this doesn't seem hard at all. The Bluefin demon tried to reach out with its claws and said that it was getting strangled. It screams out in pain as Aang watches from afar, telling it to go on and struggle. The Bluefin demon started to gasp for air and muttered that it needed to use its trump card, just as the water started to leak from its body. The Bluefin demon soon disappeared from the clutches of Aang's wood powers as large torrents of water are seen heading towards him. The Bluefin demon had used his trump called Disintegrate. Aang gazes at what just happened and remains silent. He jumps back from where he previously stood just as the large torrents of water slam the ground, causing cracks to appear everywhere. But the Bluefin demon appears right in front of Aang with its body made of half water. Just as Aang was retreating backward, the Bluefin demon giggles and tells Aang that it was not enough and reaches towards him with its massive clawed hand. It tells Aang that he couldn't kill it and grabs onto Aang's arm as he tries to defend himself. Its clawed hand grips hard onto Aang's arm and tells him that he was a wood type, and that he couldn't disintegrate like it could, before ripping Aang's arm away from his body in a swift motion. Aang continues to remain silent even after having his arm ripped out. He continues to block the incoming attacks of the Bluefin demon as it laughs in Aang's face, telling him that the demonic power was something a human could never understand. The Bluefin demon was finally able to land a hit on Aang as it kicks him right in the stomach, screaming out that it was stronger than Aang. The deadly kick sent Aang flying and crashing into numerous trees in the forest. But Aang was smiling even after having his arm ripped and being kicked in the stomach. As he flies through the air due to the power of the kick, time seemed to stop for a moment. A giant hand made of wood soon appeared behind Aang, catching him in the air and stopping him from flying back any further. Aang then stood up and started to walk towards the Bluefin demon, telling it that it was right about how he did not know how strong the demonic power was yet. Aang then looks up and asks the Bluefin demon if it knew that Aang was the strongest warrior and that he was good at learning new things. Aang proceeds to tell the Bluefin demon that all he needed to do to kill is to learn and familiarize himself with demonic power non-stop, just as his wood-type power seemed to heal and create a new arm as if he was the one fin demon that took him to the cave. The Bluefin demon was shocked to learn that Aang had figured out how to do wood-type self-regeneration in an instant. Aang then shows off his new arm to the Bluefin demon, telling it to look and that he did just as he told it, about the fact that Aang was good at learning new things. Aang then takes a heavy stomp onto the ground, before placing himself into a runner starting position stance. He dashes forward with insane speed and with murder in his eyes. As he continued to run toward the Bluefin demon, a tree branch appeared right below his foot and lifted it. Aang jumps off of it to gain speed, and continued to do the same as he propelled himself forward with greater speed with the help of the wood power. The Bluefin demon was alarmed to see that Aang was already right in front of it. It tries its best to back away from Aang, but something went wrong. It looked at its foot and realized that it was tangled with Aang's tree branch skill, which came sneakily from the ground below it. Aang's hands soon appeared on the Bluefin demon's face. He grips it hard onto it, causing the Bluefin demon to scream in fear as his body releases a deadly red aura all around. Aang looks at the Bluefin demon's face with a smirk. "SHH," he said, "don't run away." With the tree branches erupting from the ground to lift Aang up, he now stood over the Bluefin demon, causing it to kneel before Aang as he holds its face close to his. Cracks started to appear on the Bluefin demon's face as Aang told it that he was getting bored of their fight. The Bluefin demon screams out about its insides just as bright green bubbles started to appear all over it. Aang continues to hold on tight to the Bluefin demon's face as it screams out in pain with green lights appearing out of its body. A green explosion was soon seen, just like the ability of Lu. Aang stood still with his body unscathed from the explosion, but the Bluefin demon was no longer present. Shards of blue color were then seen floating in the air. A piece of the blue shard behind Aang soon started to leak water. Water started to flow around a blue core in the air. The Bluefin demon had reappeared once more, calling Aang stupid and laughing at the fact that it could disintegrate its body just as it launches another attack at Aang from the back. But spikes soon appeared from below the ground, piercing through the Bluefin demon's body in many places, stopping its attack from ever reaching Aang in the first place. Aang turns around and tells it that he knew about it and that its core, which was vital to demons, was not able to disintegrate itself. Aang carries himself over to the Bluefin demon with his tree branches, calling it a stupid thing and that it had overestimated itself. The Bluefin demon tried its best to reach out to its blue core that was exposed due to Aang's tree branches. But Aang grabs it right in front of its face. Aang informs the Bluefin demon that once a demon's core is destroyed, even a 7-fin demon would die, much less you. He grins with an evil smile and tells the Bluefin demon that he was going to be taking its water-type powers. The Bluefin demon soon met its demise as its body slumped over motionless. Its body soon began to turn into water. And water soon flowed down the spikes and onto the ground. Aang stood victoriously while holding the blue core into the air as the red moon shined brightly in front of him. He then smashes the blue core into pieces and proceeds to drink the water that came out of it, while laughing like an evil maniac. He tells it to make him stronger. Demonic thoughts were invading Aang's psyche. Thanks for watching the latest part from the voice of Manhwa. Subscribe for more content and don't forget to comment below what you want to see in the future. Like and share for more.